Good evening, everybody. What's up? We're back with another Mega Man 4 race. Let's go. This is going to be a good one. I am Iraq Vet 0304 going to commentate tonight for you for Khanster786 versus Tempestmask1000. Both are really good runners. Been running for a while, so it's going to be an interesting matchup. Tempest Mask did want me to tell everybody that he just wants to have fun, right? He wants to have fun. He likes having fun. He likes joining these races for fun. He's likely. He says he's likely to get absolutely smoked by a gamer like Khanster. So I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be okay. But let's give each runner the best of luck, because we are yet another matchup in for the Speedgaming Live 2025 Mega Man 4 race tournament. It's a double elimination, so if you get eliminated, you're going to go on to a loser round, and the winner will go on to the next round in the winner's bracket. I myself am a loser, so I'll be playing a little later in the loser bracket. So let's get these guys started and see how this race goes, everybody. So we'll get this started here. There we go. All right. Timer is started, and they are going to kick things off. Good luck, gentlemen. If I can get the right screen up, I'll be okay. Here we go. All right, can everybody hear the music all right? Everybody good to go as far as audio? You should be good. You should be good. All right, so it'll be interesting to see which one of these runners takes which route. There are two different main routes you can go: Pharaoh first or Bright first. I myself am a fan of Bright first, but it'll be interesting to see where these runners go, which route they're gonna take. Which one? Quick shout outs to Speedgaming Live for hosting us, and Mr. Cab and everybody behind the scenes for getting this put together. All right, we're on the roll. Here we go. And they both picked Pharaoh first. Wow. Golf clap. Let's go. Pharaoh first is a bit tricky because you got a lot of bustering going on here at the beginning. But overall, if you get some good movement, get some right things happening for you, you can actually save a good 6 seconds if you do things pretty properly, right? If you get things done. I like Khanster's safe move with the coil here. It looks like Tempest is going to do the same. Almost got taken out by a sniper shot right there, but Tempest barely makes it over. Both are going to grab this balloon weapon, which is a very valuable utility weapon to have. It's kind of like item 1 in Mega Man 2. It's a vertical movement. You're going to be able to see a lot of neat little tricks with the balloon. It's got a huge hitbox, so we can kind of manipulate that to do some wall jumps a little later on in the run. Now, this screen can be a little bit tricky. As you know, Mega Man 4 has a lot of lag in it. And if you don't know, now you do. So the more things that are on the screen, the more laggier it's going to get. So lag management is a thing you want to consider as you're speedrunning this game. Another tricky spot there. I like Khanster's save strats, being a little cautious here. That's a good, smart play to be cautious in a race, because mistakes happen, and in this game, I know just as much as anybody else knows, just as much as these runners know, mistakes can happen quick in Mega Man 4. Alright, first Robot Master, Pharaoh Man. He can either jump around a lot or just kind of stay in one spot and shoot his little sand blaster at you. But you kind of want to stay relatively close to him to kind of maybe try to kind of manipulate that a little bit. I don't know if you really if it really makes any difference or not, but I like staying a little bit close to him to kind of keep him down from jumping all over the place. It seems to help, right? Yeah, by the way, Flash Stopper is his actual weakness, is his mint weakness, but it's super slow. So doing the Buster shots there, easy enough, quick enough, and moving on. Now they're both going to be going to Brightman stage now. It'll be interesting to see if they if any one of them use balloon strats in Brightman's level. You can use balloons over the spike sections with the grasshoppers, because the grasshoppers got some RNG to them too. They can either jump small or jump real big. They're kind of a pain. Again, Khanster here with some slight cautious. Oh, and he just didn't quite get the edge of that pit jump. That is a big jump, and if you don't catch it right on the edge, you're falling in that pit. But luckily for Khanster, he's not going to lose a lot of time, because that's still in the first screen, right? So that is a time loss that he could potentially make up in the future. Good for him to stop and slow down a little, take it a little slower that time. Make sure he gets his jump in. Yeah, no, there's not a set order. Like, nobody says you have to follow those routes. For example, we saw a good Buster only showing earlier in this tournament by I can't remember his name now. I kept screwing it up earlier, so I want to make sure I get it right. Let's see. Palpable. Palpy Blade. See, I always say palpable, but it's Palpy Blade. Palpy Blade did a Buster only run earlier, and he showed a different route completely, like a crazy route for Buster only strats. Oh no! Looks like Tempestmask eats a death here in a really bad spot. Tempestmask has to go all the way back to the mid checkpoint. That's gonna create a lot of room for Khanster to capitalize on this lead. They're now essentially swapping spots. Why these guys didn't do Toadman first? There's a lot of people out there that believe going Toadman at first is the easiest. Not necessarily the fastest route, but... And you'll kind of see later on when we get to Toadman stage why it's really faster. But Khanster using this Feral Shot here. The Feral Shot weapon itself is a little bit broken, so you charge it up with that little ball above your head, and if he hits it without you releasing the B button, then you can just hold it in for another one. Oh, Khanster dies, and then Brightman immediately dies after him, so... And Tempestmask takes another death too, so we're both kind of locked here in Brightman stage. Khanster gonna get another attempt at Brightman. Brightman's health values, if he's at an even value, he will freeze the screen, so you kind of want to offset that with a smaller shot than one of these charge shots. So that way you make sure that he's not going to freeze the screen like he just did for Khanster. Khanster's still trying to work on getting a good pattern here for him. Going to try, like I said, to play it a little safer and slide all the way to the other end of the map. There we go. Now we got him. Safety strats for the win. Right there. I like it. Yeah, Brightman getting an impressive kill. Yeah, he does that. He'll do that from time to time. Brightman is lethal. All right, Tempestmask going into Brightman's fight now. Meanwhile, Khanster going into Ringman stage. Now is where you're going to start seeing a little bit of this balloon work. We're going to use balloon here in this first half of this Ringman stage to get up this vertical platform here. Oh, Tempest got to be careful. Doesn't want to take another death. Doesn't have an E-tank either. gonna switch to Buster strats. Oh my lord! Woo! He had me. He had me worried. Oh no, Khanster taking an unwanted screen transition. Yeah, Tempest Mask gets through Brightman. Nicely done. Khanster is having some issues here, trying to figure these rainbow bridges up. There we go. Getting through it. A little cautious there, but getting through it. All right, now for the most part in Brightman stage, we're going to be doing a lot of damage boosting and using of the Pharaoh weapon, which is Ringman's primary weakness. But you'll notice you're going to be short of ammo and short of health by the time we get down there. Khanster choosing to go for that health drop there, because this is a level where you're going to take up a lot of health and a lot of ammo usage. So you want to be making sure you got plenty of health and ammo, enough to kill Ringman. Which Ringman's a pretty scripted fight. There's no RNG to him. He'll do the exact same thing. So it's pretty easy to kind of map out a good strat to kill him fast without taking any damage. Yeah, Ringman's definitely at the top of the list to take damage to save time. You're basically just face planting everything to get through the stage. But I don't blame Khanster for keeping it safe here, being cautious, keeping it safe. Tempestmask making his way through, only down to 2 HP now. Tempestmask is really going to have to figure this out because he cannot take any damage from the hippo. And he gets eaten by a missile, just one screen away from the checkpoint, so he's going to have to start all the way back at the beginning. But first, he takes a strategic game over. Yeah, you can damage boost through those hippos. Khanster looks like he's going to do Buster only for Ringman. Looks like he's going to do Buster only for Ringman because he's out of Pharaoh shot. Yeah, we all wish we knew that 30 years ago, Utah. For the little kid screaming at the TV for my little self back then. Here, you're going to see some Brightman weapon here, some flash stopper usage. Interesting thing to note about the flash stopper, or Brightman's weapon, is that it runs off a global timer of like 5 to 6 seconds. But as you slide, that timer doesn't move, doesn't go down. So you can essentially use one blast of time stopper to get you through an entire screen. It's going to come in handy in a lot of these 8 robos. Not so much in the castle stages, but in the 8 robos for sure. So Brightman's weapon is very useful in the speedrun. You're going to see Khanster. Yeah, I was going to say he's probably most likely going to use Bright here. There is a faster strat to use Pharaoh in these next 2 screens, but it is very tricky, very hard to do. Oh, Tempestmask taking another death in Ringman stage. Just having a terrible time in Ringman, but good for him because he made the checkpoint, so he doesn't have to go very far to make up some time there. So choosing to use Brightman's strats here in Ringman's stage, which is a viable option. I mean, you can do that. It's very helpful. Save a little ammo for the Ringman fight. Khanster going up against Dust Crushers. There are a few ways you can attack these Dust Crushers. Khanster is choosing to just Buster mash them, all these down and get his way through slowly but surely. You can do a zip there with that Met, but Khanster just wanting to take things nice and slow, nice and easy here. Making sure... Oh no, Ringman taking out Tempestmask. Dang. Ringman just is is just on the rampage right now for Tempest Mask. Like, he's got Tempest's number. Alright, Khanster going into Dustman stage. Meanwhile, Tempest Mask is trying to get through this ring man. Oh no! Tempest Mask taking another death. And another game over. Oh no. Oh no, the Mega Man 4 race luck has hit Tempest Mask. Because it always seems to me like whenever I'm in a race, that's when all the bad things happen. That's when all the mistakes get made, right? Whenever I start running a race. Seems like that's what's happening for Tempest Mask. You just have those days where nothing wants to go right? But the trick is even though things are going right, are going wonky, right? Going hinky, the trick is to keep going. Because you don't want to let your mistakes define you. You just pick yourself up, keep going, figure it out how to get through the next part, and move on, right? And that's what Tempest Mask is doing. He's just moving on, having fun, enjoying playing some Mega Man with buddies. And that's what we like to see. We like to see everybody having fun. Looks like Khanster decided to take some unusual routes here. It didn't look like he got the balloon skip, which you can use your iframes to skip through that wall there to negate having to go all the way around like you saw Khanster do. Save some time. It is the recommended strat to use. It's the fastest. It's the only zip you'll see in the game, actually. Unless you're me and you do a crusher zip, which does not save time. The only zip that saves time in this game was in Skullman. And it didn't look like Khanster got it. Khanster switching to Bright pretty early. Come back to Balloon. I'm definitely going to use Bright in this last stage here to get through this section. Bright, like I said, Bright Man's weapon is very useful in these 8 robos. Alright. Oh my god! Tempest Mask goes back into Ring Man and just goes straight into Eat It mode. Yes, I love it. Oh man. I hate to laugh, but at this, oh my god. See, here's the problem Khanster's facing. When you freeze the screen with these Skeleton Joes and they're only halfway dead, they'll turn invincible, so you won't be able to get past them. Oh no, Tempest. Tempest is just having a horrible time with Ringman still. Still on Ringman, trying to get through it. Khanster is up against Skullman, which the only real RNG about Skullman is his skull barrier. It could go short, long, medium. It's kind of like Heatman and how long he has his flame barrier up, in Mega Man 2. Hey, Tempest Mask finally gets the Ringman down. Let's go, Tempest. Let's go. Alright, Khanster moving on to Dive Man stage. Meanwhile, Tempest Mask is going to be moving on to Dust Man stage. So, we got about a 2-stage lead. Khanster's got about a 2-stage lead on Tempest right now, but this is Mega Man 4. Anything can happen. And when I say anything, I certainly indeed mean anything, because this game can fly off the rails quick, fast, and in a hurry. And if you're not paying attention, you can pay the price. Look at that bullet just that bullet on the screen, on Khanster's screen, is just chasing him all through. Utah Man says, this is why you do Toad Man first. Yeah. That's funny. Make sure you guys, by the way... Oh no! What? Tempest Mask did another game over? What happened? I didn't even see. Must have took a death in lag room. I didn't even see it. I was looking at Khanster screen. So, if you guys are not following the runners, make sure you guys follow the runners. Khanster786 and Tempestmask1000. Make sure you follow them. I'm sure the links will be posted in chat. Follow Speedgaming, all the Speedgaming live channels for all your race needs. Tempest Mask going to take things nice and cautiously here, which I do not blame him. I like to take things nice and slow, especially in this room, because this room could be disastrous if you're not careful. There we go. There we go. Now we got through it. Now Tempest is reaching the checkpoint room, so we at least made the checkpoint. Oh no, Khanster! Khanster takes a death, and Dive Man goes back to the medium checkpoint. Oh my god. And is probably out of Bright Man, so won't be able to fast kill these whales. May have to do it manually here. Oh no! Tempest Mask getting stuck in the crushers. The ring just did not want to cooperate for him. There you go. Khanster showing off a little bit of mashing skills there on that dive. Definitely want to avoid that pit there where Khanster just jumped over. That's where the wire is. Don't really need it for much anything at all. If his bonk his head and fell into a pit. Oh yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. So just so you know, guys, you can soft lock in the crusher section. I've done it. Oh no, gets crushed again. Oh no. Tempest. Ooh, ouch. I hate getting crushed. So I do a crusher zip, and one day while I was practicing the crusher zip, I actually soft locked because I shot out the middle section of the dust and got caught sliding in the middle section. My zip ran out right in that middle section, so I was in the sliding position right in the middle of those blocks. Yeah, it was hilarious. This is giving me PTSD flashbacks from the Metal Shark stage in Mega Man X6. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got through it. We got through it. Tempest is through it. So that's good. We're gonna... This Dustman fight should be fairly straightforward. The only thing we don't want to see Dust do is suck. Because after all, Dust does in fact suck. Khanster making his way through Drillman stage. Drillman stage is deceptively difficult. And the fact that the checkpoint screen is pretty deep in the stage. If you die, especially like in the screen right before the checkpoint, it's a long way back. Oh yeah, just when you do have enough health to body him there, Tempest. It does, like, you can take a body shot to stop him from sucking, but it does 8 damage every time you do. So you gotta be careful with how many times you face plant him to get him to stop sucking. You can only do it like 3 times and then you're dead. If that, I don't even think you could do it 3 times, maybe 2. Alright, Khanster is going to show off some bright stats here. And now in this screen here, you could potentially, if you have proper chain sliding movement, really tight movement, you can make this one flash stopper last the entire length of this screen. I've seen it done before, but it has to be flawless. I use two stoppers, but... Alright, here we go. Tempestmask is going to come up and try to do this zip now here. Doesn't get the first setup. He's going to try it again. See if he can get it here. Nope, didn't get the slide into. You got to slide into the enemy. Oh! Getting a little hinky there. There we go. Oh, gets crushed. Now that'll happen if you pop that balloon too early. That'll happen. Meanwhile, Khanster takes out Drill Man, who gave him a nice pattern there. Not too bad. Only looked like a one diver, right? Tempest's gonna try this setup again. Was too far ahead of the edge that time. Nope. Still having some trouble getting this zip set up. There we go. Got it that time. That's the zip, everybody. Tempest got it. Making us proud. Doing the zip. Zip. Mega Man doing zip things is always fun to see. Alright, so here's Toadman's screen now. Thing to note here with the flash stopper is you can make this first screen, especially this first screen, just a cakewalk, you know. Like I said, chain sliding, making your movement right, and the rain will actually push you back, so you got to really draw out those slides on the edges pretty far. Again, underwater sliding physics is a thing in these waterfall sections, so you got to be careful where you slide at here, because you can't jump out of your slide while you're underwater. If you're not careful, you'll slide straight into a pit. Also, we're going to use Bright here to skip these snail mini bosses. That's another reason why we want to use where we go to Toad last. We can use Flash Stopper to freeze these enemies and just slide right past them. Now, you can soft lock there if you mess up the timing on freezing the screen when you're coming into that screen, but it doesn't happen often. It's pretty rare. Pretty easy to do. Alright, now Khanster coming up to the last Robot Master. He'll be the first to the castle stages. Meanwhile, Tempest is trying to get through this Skullman without dying. Oh my god. No! Gets a bullet in the back. Courtesy of Skullman. Oh, and another game over for Tempest Mask. Gonna go back all the way to the beginning. To Skullman. Meanwhile, Khanster taking out the 8 Robos in about 25 minutes. That's good. That's a good run. It's a good run for being a little rusty. He said he was a little rusty. They're doing really well here. So we're going into Cossack 1. Cossack is the main villain in Mega Man 4, right? That we know of. Oh, look at that. Tempest getting another Zip and Skullman there, using the balloons. Gonna like to go back to Pharaoh, or to Buster here, to go through this stage. Now this Cossack 1 is a little dangerous. As you know, there's snow and ice everywhere. There is ice physics, so Mega Man will slide on these platforms. So you got to be careful when you're on these platforms, especially in the checkpoint screen. You could potentially fly off. Khanster just decided to backtrack there because he didn't think he was going to make that jump. It was looking pretty close. I didn't know if he was going to make it either. Pretty smart of him to backtrack there. I like the safe strats from Khanster. I really do, especially in a race of this level. Oh, that's one of them. That's one of the many perks of this room here. Now there are different ways you can attack this room. You could just buster it out and just slide right out through it, or you could actually get on Jet and jet your way through this madness. But it does take up a lot of time. Khanster just deciding to buster it out here. Gotta be careful of these little flying bugs. I don't even know what they're called. I don't know what the enemies are called. Alright. Gotta be careful here. Okay, there we go. Khanster making it through one of the most difficult points in the castle stages, I think. Tempest gonna take some extra health here. I don't blame him. Don't blame him at all. Looks like Khanster's gonna do coil here, which I don't understand why he doesn't just use balloon. I'm not sure why he's using coil there, but coil is an option. But he has balloon. I don't know why he's not using his balloon. It's strange, but I mean, hey. Oh, it works, but that time he took an unwanted screen transition. Goes back down a couple screens. Gonna have to redo it here. Gonna have to rethink his approach. Get back on Jet. Here? Nope. He's trying. But he's getting kind of blocked from that last ladder clamp. He's gonna have to set Jet on the bottom ladder instead of going up that ladder. Or is he just gonna time it out with these clampers here? There you go. He times it out with the clampers. Took a little bit of trying, but we got through it. Meanwhile, Tempest is going through Dive Man stage. And I have to be careful here with them slides. Underwater sliding is tricky in Mega Man 4. You can't cancel out of it. I thought he was dead there. I really thought he was dead. Woo! He was right on the last frame of those iframes when he jumped. Because that was really close to him dying. Oh, man. Spikes are still sharp. Alright, Mothra is down for Khanster. Mothra, pretty straightforward fight, but the hitbox is tiny. So only 1 pixel hitbox, and so is the ring boomerang. So it's kind of tricky to kind of get in the motion there, but not too bad, not too bad. Okay, Khanster moving on to Cossack 2. Cossack 2 is another one of those stages. Oh my god. Tempest, man, is just frightening me. So this stage is another stage that's deceptively hard. You got this spike room here. You can do some spike slides. If you time it right, which I don't think Khanster got it right. Okay, there we go. We did a little back up there. Oh no, Tempest taking another game over. Oh no. Oh, Khanster eating some spikes. It's such a tricky room. Now you can use balloons through that room. Or you can switch to Jet and just ride it out. The fastest strat is obviously using the balloons. Take some damage boost, slide on the spikes, and set your balloons up at the proper spacing to get through there as fast as possible. Or you could just switch to Jet if you're not sure about it, if you're just wanting to be cautious. Jet is always an acceptable backup route. I'm not sure why Khanster is electing it to do it this way, but it works. It's a little slower, but it works. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much the hardest part about this stage, other than Square Machine. The other part is getting through these sections here. There we go. Okay, now we're out of balloons, so we're gonna have to switch to coil. There we go. Looks like Khanster is wanting some health, maybe? Oh, yeah, he's gonna get that health drop. There we go. Alright. The glorious thing about Square Machine is it can give you random patterns before it molds together as one, and you could either be lucky or very unlucky. It's about 1% chance to get a 1-1. most of the time, the most common chance is a 3-2. That's if you get him down in 2 cycles. Sometimes it takes 3 cycles or 4 cycles to get him down, because Square Machine is pretty difficult. It's another one of those bosses where you don't want to die to, because it does take a lot of you could take a lot of damage from, and there's no checkpoints in the castle stages, or there's no boss checkpoints in the casual stages. So you'll have to go all the way back to the middle point of the stage if you die to the boss in the castles. Looks like Dive Man is giving Tempest a run for his money here. There you go. Tempest gets him down. Khanster gonna take an E-Tank, which is smart. Does not want to die to Square Machine. That's the last thing we want to do. And there's nothing wrong with taking a strategic game over, Tempest. There's nothing wrong with taking a strategic game over. That's what I call it, a strategic game over. Getting a game over at a particular point in the race makes sense. There's some places where it's easy to take a quick death, get that game over, get all your ammo refilled, you know, all your extra lives reset. Sometimes you have to do that. Strategery. Now, for Khanster, we're welcoming you into the world's greatest auto-scroller. Everybody's favorite Mega Man level, the auto-scroller. Not a lot here you can do to save a lot of time. I mean, it's pretty well straightforward. You gotta, do some lag reduction, getting the enemies on the screen as fast as possible. But other than that, there's really not a lot going on. Not a lot you can really control as far as getting through it as fast as possible, because it is an auto-scroller. So you just gotta chase her on down the line and do your best. I'm not sure why Khanster chose to fill up his balloon there, because you're not going to really need it for the rest of the run. But maybe he just wants to get it for just in case, you never know. You never know. And it's better to have it than to not have it, right? Oh my god, Tempest. You're scaring the bejesus out of me, man. Tempest with some... Oh my god. No! He takes a boulder to the top of the dome. I knew that was going to happen. Knew it was going to happen. But we're not too far from the checkpoint. We're just going to have to rethink our strategy here for a backup strat. A lot of people... I've seen people use dive missile to get those boulders down. I've seen people use skull barrier. But the optimal strat is bright, but Tempest is out of bright, so we're gonna have to... I've never seen anybody use ring here, but we'll see what happens. Already low on health. Gonna have to be really careful. Takes another to the dome. Okay, we got another shot. I got another shot at this. Maybe one of these roly-poly guys will drop a thing here. Now, you certainly most definitely don't want to take a death in the cockroaches, which is very easy to do. Like, Khanster almost just slid right off into them spikes. But it's easy to do, but you definitely don't want to do it. So sticking in the middle like Khanster's doing it is pretty safe. Pretty safe. Oh no, Tempestmask takes a death. I think that's gonna send him back to the game over room. Meanwhile, Khanster takes out the twin cockroaches. Moving on to Cossack 4. Khanster is just ripping through these castle stages. Doing really well. in the later part of this game hasn't really had too many mistakes, but it's taking it nice and slow, which is not bad. It's a good thing to do, to be a little cautious. Smart thing to do here in Cossack 4 is to take these ammo refills for Pharaoh, because you will be using that later. Pharaoh is the most effective shot on Wily Capsule, which is the last boss. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't know that yet. Spoiler alert. In case you were born in a hole and don't know, we will find out very soon. The tragic end to Dr. Cossack. Story spoilers. Yeah. Yeah, for a game that's been out for 40 years. Right. I was just about to play this game, but not no more. Now I know what happens. Tempest taking an E-tank. Needs it. Oh, gets a health refill drop. Let's go. Let's go, Tempest. Come on, Tempest. Get that sliding in gear. Look at him go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, he's like, yep, I want that health. There we go. Oh my god. Gotta be careful of those crumps. Okay, with Cossack Catcher, you pretty much want to slide to negate his up, you know, to reset his position. He won't move side to side if you catch him at the right time and you're sliding. But yeah, you want to be on the opposite sides. Oh, what's this? What's this? It's Kalinka. Khanster here. Khanster, there you go. You gotta move the text, Khanster. There you go. So, if you guys can't read Japanese, what happened there? Kalinka shows up, courtesy of Proto Man, and says, "No, my dad is nice. He's actually a nice guy. Dr. Wily kidnapped me and forced my dad to make all these evil robots to destroy you. So it's actually Wily's fault." And Wily come in and was like, "I'm gonna break you," and then flew off in his ship. So it was actually Dr. Wily all along. Dr. Wily actually was the evil mastermind all this time. So now we're gonna go to Dr. Wily's bathroom. We're gonna infiltrate Dr. Wily's castle, courtesy of his bathroom. What a twist! I didn't see it coming. I never saw it coming. What a twist! So in Wily's bathroom, there is nothing but Mets. Mets. If you ever wonder where Mets come from, they come from Dr. Wily's bathroom. Dr. Wawi. Yeah. Dr. Wee Wee. Meanwhile, Tempest Mask is now going into Toadman stage, almost done with their 8 robos. That's pretty awesome. Let's go to... Oh, look at this! Khanster breaking out some Rush Marine strats. Rush Marine is a utility for just underwater. It's like a submarine, right? But it has a huge hitbox, so you got to be really careful when you're using it, especially in this level. If you decide to use it there, you can catch a spike, and it'll still eat you. Spikes are still sharp, even if you're in a submarine. Oh, Khanster! Wow! There's something you just don't see every day. Somebody trying to do Yoku blocks. I have not seen this. I have not seen a runner go through the Yoku blocks. Usually you just use Jet here to get through it. But I'm not sure if it's just been a long time since Khanster's ran this game. Maybe he's just unfamiliar with things here. Maybe it's just been a while for him. Oh, yeah. But we're getting through it. There we go. There we go. There's some Yoku block movement by Khanster there. That's nice. I tell you what, those Yoku blocks, man, they really aggravate me. Especially in Mega Man 2. In Heatman stage, oh my lord. They used to aggravate the ever-loving bejesus out of me. I am not a fan of Yoku blocks. So if there's any way I can skip using Yoku blocks, I'm all for it. Khanster switching to Dustman here, which is odd because Met Daddy is weak to Ring Boomerang. But I guess Dust does some damage here. Does do, it looks like, what, 2 HP of damage, it looked like? Yeah, it looks like 2 HP of damage. I'm not sure why he's using Dust. We do want to save as much Dust as we can for later on in the refights. Because your ammo doesn't refill after the round is over. And you're headed to the next stage. So you've got to do some ammo management. So using Dust here is going to cost him a little later. It'll be interesting to see how he recovers from it. As far as where he's going to get the ammo to replace it. He'll probably use all the ammo given in the refights. But still, he's going to be short ring as well, I think, too. So, yeah, he's really going to need to be cautious about how much ring and dust ammo he's got. And if he can fill it at a particular time, may even want to think about a strategic game over, too. I don't know how many lives he has. But if I was Khanster, before I went into the ring refights, I would... If I had like 1 life or 0 lives, I'd try to take a quick game over. Oh, or he could have just sucked that ammo refill up. Okay, he's got 4 lives, so maybe not. Maybe he shouldn't take a strategic game over because he's got 4 lives. So maybe he'll just pick up some ammo from somewhere else. Oh, Tempestmask taking a death in a dangerous spot there. Yeah, Khanster really gonna need to watch how much weapon energy he uses from here on out. Tempestmask using Bright Strats, which is a really good beginner strat to use, especially I used it whenever I was first starting out. If you're ever interested in learning how to speedrun this game, there are resources out there in the Mega Man community. Go to MegaManLeaderboards.com for all the link to the Discord, and people can help you out as far as getting all your resources. There are some good tutorials out there, courtesy of Chelney, and let's see if I'm trying to find. Here it is, Mega Man RTA Leaderboards. So it's MegaManLeaderboards.net. If you go there, you can find all the resources you can for any of the games, right? You can get into the Discord, the Mega Man community Discord. All right, Khanster, switching back to Dust, which Rush teleports down the ladder. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah. Khanster here, just forcing his way through this last part of this match. Yeah, Dum-Dong. Yeah. Tempestmask making his way through Cossack 1. Let's go. Khanster here coming into Taco Trash. Interesting thing to note in Taco Trash, if you come into the fight, it won't work now, but as you come into the fight, if you release a Toad Shot, it'll autofill his health, so you don't have to wait for his health to refill. If you shoot a drill shot at that little green ball up there, it'll take down his hitbox, and then you can stand behind him and shoot all day long until the next world ends, because there's nothing to destroy it. His hitbox is shrunk down to just that little green knobby on his forehead. Tempestmask doing some balloon work there too. I would just use Jet. I mean, I don't know why. like myself, I always fall back to Jet on that screen just as a backup, just because it's easy, quick backup to do. I don't want to. If I'm catching a lot of spikes, if I'm just not getting the balloon strats down right, I will switch to Jet just to give myself a little bit more of an edge. Just to get through that hall and get it over with, you know? Tempest is stuck here trying to figure out how to get through this. Hey, there, okay. There we go, okay. Alright. Okay, so Khanster, it looks like Khanster has refilled his ammo up, so okay. So he's got plenty of ammo now. He should have plenty of ammo to get through the refights now. I didn't see how his other ammo was looking, but the dust and ring looks good. I think he'll be alright. Okay. Taking a different route than usual. I'm not sure why he went to Dive Man first. But you want, and in the refights, you want to, obviously you want to kind of lump them together so you don't have to menu a bunch of times, because menuing wastes a few seconds here and there. You know, the more you have to do it, the more time you're going to lose, obviously. And also, you want to kill the bosses while you're standing in the teleport screen, so you get teleported out instantly. Tempestmask dying to Square Machine and having to go back to the middle checkpoint. Like I said, the bosses in the castle stages does not have a checkpoint, so have to go all the way back to the middle checkpoint. Gonna hurt Tempest here a little bit, but I think he should be all right to get back at Square Machine fairly easily. There's not too much of a hard time to get back to Square Machine, so that's pretty nice. And we still got plenty of dust. All right, Khanster getting rid of Bright, which is weird why he used Pharaoh for Bright. I'm confused by Khanster's order, but it works, right? Like it's doing the job. And now, mind you, whenever I say I'm confused because that's not how I would do it. I'm not saying that that's the right way or the wrong way. It's just I'm looking at it how I normally run things, and I'm like, wait a minute, I wouldn't do it like this. So it's just from my perspective. So don't yell at me. Don't judge me. It's just what it's just not what I would do. It's not saying that you shouldn't do it, or it's do whatever you want to get this game over. Judge harshly. Yeah. Tempestmask taking another death here. Oh man. Tempestmask is having some issues with Square Machine, and I'm here to tell you, Square Machine is a hard boss. Like, for me, it's the most stressful point of the castle stages for me. Because I tend to die a lot in Cossack 2. So it is a very, like, after I get done with Cossack 2, I can kind of breathe a little easier in the speedrun, right? Because I feel like the worst is behind me. But yet, there's still several stages after it, right? Yeah, it's like that in all the castle stages, you know. Take, for instance, Cossack 3. It's an auto-scroller. If you die to the twin cockroaches, it takes you all the way back to the middle screen. And you're stuck doing half of the auto-scroller again. And it takes forever. It's a huge time loss, but it's the great equalizer, right? The great equalizer that is Mega Man 4. Oh my god, Tempest Mask is just eating a lot of damage here. Gonna take this E-Tank, which is smart. I would do that too. Khanster having some trouble with Pharaoh Man. Pharaoh Man is being a little bouncy. Okay, looks like, there we go. Tempest Mask gets down. Gets Square Machine down. First try. Let's go. Let's freaking go, baby. First try. Easy game. Easy game. Khanster, meanwhile, coming up to the Wily Machine, where we're going to use the ring boomerang here to get him down to 1 HP, and then we're going to switch to Drill Man and Drill's weapon, and it's going to instantly fill his health and do double damage. We just got to avoid these little purple people eaters here, that I call them. Oh, wow. Khanster's got 3 E-Tanks, so yeah, definitely going to use them here. Got plenty of E-Tanks. Plenty of E-Tanks, plenty of ammo. Takes down Wily Machine like a pro. GG's. We got one more screen left for Khanster. One more stage for Khanster. That's Wily Capsule. And we got to be careful here because Wily Capsule likes to show up in about 6 different patterns. It could be good or it could be bad. Does do a lot of damage, so you got to be careful of not dying. The biggest concern... Oh my god, Tempest just falls right off the map. I don't know what happened, but Tempest just got edged off the map by the auto-scroller. I don't know what happens to Tempest. He kind of locked up. He kind of got locked up. Alright, so Khanster is making his way to Wily Capsule. Oh, we had controller problems. Okay. So we refilled Pharaoh there from that ammo, which was smart. Khanster here going to try to get some double hits, because you can do some double hits if you're fast enough. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful. Oh my god. Yeah, take another E-Tank. Yeah. Take that extra E-Tank. There we go. Start fresh. Oh my god. Gotta watch those electric balls, man. Oh, Tempest missed taking another death there. Ouch. There we go. GG's for Khanster. Khanster finishing the race. GG's, Khanster. GG's. It looks like Khanster finished in 55 minutes, 39 seconds. Khanster moving on in the main bracket tournament. Gonna be facing Orel in the next round. That could potentially happen tomorrow at 9 p.m. We're still waiting on the deets for that. But GG's again to Khanster for finishing up and winning this round. Tempest Mask will be moving on to the loser bracket along with myself. And let's see here. I don't know who they will be going against, who Tempest will be going against yet. Because it hasn't filled in, because that match hasn't happened yet. It'll be Tempest Mask will face the loser of Great John and Victorous. Whoever loses between Victorous and Great John will face Tempest Mask in the first round of the losers bracket. Meanwhile, Khanster will advance to the main bracket round 2 against Orel.
Hello there.
Hello.
Oh,
Khanster, welcome in. GG's, by the way.
that was a race.
That was a race, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that was fun to watch, man. That really was.
So, half of the stuff that I'm doing is I don't remember anything.
I thought so because I was like, why is he using dust here? Why is he doing this? And I'm like,
I'm
you know
like,
what?
is it dust or is it ring? Because I could not remember if it's dust or ring.
I said that too. I was like, man, he may just not remember what's going on. It's been a while since he played, so he probably forgot. But I was like, why is he
The
using
rush marine? I was just like, this run is already as bad as it can get. Let me just meme on it.
Nice, dude, nice.
Uh,
I will say that you are moving on to face Aurel in the next round.
Yep, and that is tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. So he's a little bit more practiced.
I have 24 hours to get a little bit more practiced.
Yeah. You need to brush up on your strats. Go watch those Chilney videos again.
Yeah. I have 24 hours.
Yeah.
But at least if I get knocked out, I go into the bonus bracket.
There you go. That's Tempest Mask getting the twin cockroaches down. Let's go, Tempest. Finally gets out of Cossack 3. Let's go, Tempest. Yeah, so so what were you thinking, like like during that match? Were you just thinking that you're just trying to remember the strats? Is that
I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, I saw a lot of places where you were doing a really cautious and being.
Honestly, I started playing a little bit more cautious after dying early in Brightman stage. Because I just didn't want to make dumb mistakes. As you saw, I had just like deaths everywhere. And I'm pretty... So, what was it? Skullman, I went for the zip and got denied it. I don't even go for it a second time.
Yeah.
If I miss it, I just go the regular path. Because I don't know if it's worth going for a second try.
So we are actually being told that they have another race at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is like right now. So we're gonna have to cut this short and go so they can get going on their next race.
There's a race tomorrow. There's a race tomorrow. 9. We don't know where.
Yeah. There's more races to come, guys. So keep watching the Speed Gaming channels. Make sure you follow all the live Speed Gaming live channels. Thanks again for Speed Gaming to host this Mega Man 4 tournament. Thanks again to Mr. Cab and all the ones behind the scenes putting this together. And thank you, Khanster and Tempest, for running tonight. GG's again. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. And stay tuned for more race action coming up.